Tucker Carlson is a living stereotype. He's the spoiled little brat who read a couple of books that you didn't and tries to prove he's smarter than everyone else because he was the twerp nobody could stand. And now, even Republicans can't stand him. I'm going to show Republican Dan Crenshaw take down Tucker, but you have to ask yourself, why did it take this long? Tucker may have gotten high ratings on Fox, but he's always been an absolute phony. His job was to give voice to the rage white males are feeling because the system is no longer rigged in their favor. Bill O'Reilly, Sean Hannity, and Tucker went on the air night after night and soothed white male angst over the outrageousness of having to compete with women and people of color when the world rightfully should belong to them. Day after day, they blamed it all on the liberals and grew a media empire doing it. This act that he puts on, I'm the privileged rich guy who is outraged by your pain, and I'm going to use my intellectual prowess to win you back what's yours, is just so patently phony that it's hard to believe anyone can believe it. But that just means it's not terribly difficult to expose it. And that's exactly what Jon Stewart did years ago when Tucker was on CNN. Watch parts of this classic takedown.
No, you're not too rough on them. You're part of their strategies. You're partisan, what do you call it, hacks.
And have them fight it out.
To do a debate would be great, but that's like saying pro wrestling is a show about athletic competition. No, this is theater. I mean, it's obvious. How old are you?
35.
And you wear a bow tie.
Yeah, I do. I do.
So this is.
No, I know.
So
You're right. No, let me just go. No, come on.
And listen, I'm not suggesting that you're not a smart guy because those are not easy to tie. You're on CNN. The show that leads into me is puppets making crank phone calls. What is wrong with you?
Well, I'm just saying there's no reason.
When you have people on for just knee-jerk reactionary talk.
Wait, I thought you were going to be funny. Come on, be funny.
No, I'm not going to be your monkey. Go ahead. I watch your show every day, and it kills me.
I can tell you love it.
It's so painful to watch.
Stewart here is absolutely masterful at exposing how fraudulent Tucker Carlson and Crossfire really were. This clip should be taught in political rhetoric classes in every university for the way in which Stewart goes back and forth between comedy and direct critique to expose the caustic effect that the show and Tucker Carlson has on this society. It's an object lesson for the way in which successful confrontation should be performed. Stewart consistently outmaneuvered his opponent. Stewart exposed not only Carlson, but the show itself so thoroughly that CNN canceled the show. And that's one of the most important lessons of pushback. It works. People basically knew that Crossfire wasn't of any real value, but nobody was ready to expose it until Stewart. He pushed back with the goal of exposing Carlson, and it worked. Well, now Republican Dan Crenshaw is doing the same thing. Watch this.
Again, not with me. I always thought he was a freak and a warmonger.
Really? Yeah.
Weirdo, yeah. He's a freak and a warmonger weirdo, but yeah.
He's showing it now.
Dan, your response to being a freak, a warmonger, and a weirdo.
Yeah, well, this is typical for Tucker. Tucker has no actual substance, right? He's been attacking me since 2022 when he became obsessed with me. I live rent-free in that little mongrel's head. And you know, people ask me all the time, like, why does he hate you? And I'm like, you know, the fact that you can't answer that question is indicative of the fact that he has no actual substance. See, I can tell you why Mehdi disagrees with me. I can tell you why Mehdi doesn't like me. At least he has, you know, I disagree with them all, but at least he has things that he disagrees with me on. Tucker never actually says anything. It's just insults. He'll use my war wound to insult me. He's a weird, bad guy. I mean, people should not be tricked by his supposed stance against the DC insider elites, right? Because he literally is that. I mean, you know what's on the people should know. You know what's on the Hunter Biden laptops? You know what's funny? Emails from Tucker Carlson to Hunter Biden, asking Hunter Biden for help to get Tucker's son into Georgetown. You know, Tucker's a silver spoon-fed trust fund baby. Went to boarding school guy. It is the epitome of the DC elites who pretends to fight against it in order to corner a market in the media.
Now, it's distinctly funny here that Carlson refers to Crenshaw, a retired, decorated Navy SEAL who lost his eye in combat, as a warmonger. Nobody on earth would be able to feign the degree of outrage Tucker could muster if he were back on Fox and a liberal called Crenshaw a warmonger. But the other thing that's striking about that criticism is that Tucker is usually very gung-ho about war and the military, so that he can beef up his own ineffectual masculinity. But Crenshaw's criticisms go right to the core of what can only be described as the Tucker Carlson persona. It's an act. It's always been an act, and it will always be an act because, as Crenshaw points out, Tucker has no substance. The big question here is whether Crenshaw is defending his own reputation or whether there is an attempt by real conservative Republicans to take their party back from MAGA. And that is the ultimate irony of Tucker Carlson. He speaks to an audience that he essentially hates. Undereducated, working class, manual labor people whose lot in life is to serve the likes of him. He has a silver spoon so deeply lodged in his throat that he couldn't sit down and have a beer with the MAGA crowd if his life depended on it. Much like J.D. Vance, Tucker is just a tool, and Dan Crenshaw just let the rest of the world know that. I'm Anthony Vincent Gottlieb.
These are real words, people. These are real. This is not fake. This is not. That is what is. They have been manipulated. They have been used. They have been conned into falling for a false narrative that is hurting my country. Not just my country, but my family. Their acts have started to hurt my family, and I will not allow that. I am angry beyond anything. Hey, Colt. I am angry beyond almost words. I have been calling almost daily now for action to be taken. And that's what I'm doing here tonight again. And every time I make a video, that's what I'm going to be doing. I need people to hear the words, hear the manipulation, hear the truth, and act accordingly. We have to stop this, people. We have to stop this. All of it. Trump, Elon, the Supreme Court, and the entire Republican Party. And now, Chuck Schumer, along with 10 other Democratic representatives, have buckled to the pressure of Elon and the evil that he represents. They want to keep the government going, which means to me, or says to me, I should say, that they really don't fucking care about the people at all when you let evil dictate what you do. This needs to get taken care of. This needs to be dealt with. I don't understand why our representatives are acting like the way they are. I don't understand why we have people who just refuse to act like adults. But that's what we need right now. We need adults. We need adults to go, enough's enough. There is clear, blatant, 100% provable treason going on. 100% provable treason. They need to be arrested. I know these are unprecedented things. Nobody's ever had to arrest a president before. Well, this is the time. This is what needs to happen. This is how it must go. The president, Elon, J.D. Vance, every last single person in the Republican Party leadership must be arrested for the treasons that they have perpetuated. They all must be arrested. The Supreme Court needs to be arrested. They have clearly committed treason. They have clearly capitulated and colluded with Trump. This needs to happen. This is not a joke. This is not me having a conspiracy theory. This is reality. We as a nation must, in fact, do this, or our Constitution is meaningless. Our laws, to me right now, are a joke. Our corrupt justice system is completely corrupt from beginning to end, backwards, forwards, and upside down and all around. It's a joke. Our political system is a joke. We, as a nation, are a joke to the entire world. Now, for 333 million people making themselves that big of a fucking joke to a world with 8 billion people in it. 8 billion people. That's billion. We're getting away with much more than we should be. The national stage should just call for his arrest as well. And so I am also calling for that here now to all the nations of the world. Start calling for the arrest of Donald Trump and the Republican Party. It may change the way we do politics. At this point, it needs to happen. We cannot afford to continue the status quo, because what has gone before must, and what is happening now, must never be allowed to happen again. We cannot, as a constitutional republic, democracy, whatever you want to call us, whatever you wish to call us, so be it. But we have a constitution that we not only pledge allegiance to the flag, which is confusing when the Constitution is the laws that we follow. We need to get better, not back. We need to get better. Our Constitution is a wonderful document, but it has been and remains under constant attack by the Republican Party. And the greed that is in man's hearts and minds and souls is fueling that destruction. You have to understand Trump is a criminal. You have to understand that he is a traitor to this Constitution and to you, the American people. He has literally, and this is nothing, it is not made up. This is facts. Trump has committed more treasonous acts than every single traitor to our Constitution that has ever been in our entire history as a country. That is a reality. That is a fact. He added 9 trillion to our debt. That is a fact. He is adding billions to it, and probably by the time we finally get rid of this orange asshole, he will have added trillions more. His tariffs are going to do nothing but destroy this country. They will not help. They will not make us better. They will not make us richer. They will only make the rich richer and the poor poorer. Those in power do not care about you as a human being. Those in power on the Republican side do not care about you as a human being. To them, you are a means to an end and nothing else. They use their religion, they use their politics, and they use you to make themselves richer. You are being manipulated, you are being used, and you need to wake up, America. This is not something that needs to continue. Wake the fuck up. Admit that you made a mistake, and we'll be there for you. But continue down this path of backing this orange fucking talking turd. And there will be no feels. There will be no feels. And there will be no leeway. There will be no forgiveness. There will be no anything but our disgust, our... I don't know what everybody's going to feel, but I feel disgust. I feel embarrassment. I feel shame for what's going on now. I am ashamed to be an American. I am ashamed to be an American, where the country where not only I was born, but my family has been since the 1600s. We've been here a long fucking time on both sides of my family and their families and their families, families. We've been here a long, long time. And this is an embarrassment. If you believe in Vance, if you believe in Trump, you are not just a traitor, not just engaging in the destruction of the country that you were born into as well. But you are un-American. You are un-American. You are backing that which we fought in World War II. And it's not something that, oh, well, let's give it a shot this time. No, that's not how it works. They are fascist. They are racists. And they are Nazis. As well as the government of the Jewish people, they're fascists as well. They're out to kill you. They don't care about you. They want to reap in all the money so they can have it. If it means that a few 100,000 million people die, so be it. You need to wake up, people. You need to wake the fuck up. I know nobody will hear this on their side, and that's fine. But it needs to be out there. It needs to be said. It needs to be told. It needs to be repeated until they get it. And as stated, once you realize that you have been played, once you realize that you have been conned, used, we'll be there. We'll give you a "we told you so," and we'll give you a talking to. And maybe other things, who knows? Up to and including removing your rights to vote, period. Because, as my name implies, most of you fucking people are fucking stupid. Stupid. I don't mean to be insulting, but that's what you have left me. That's what you have left me. At first, I thought it was just, country hillbilly, but this, that, and the other thing. No. You're willingly stupid, willfully ignorant, and proud of it. You embarrass us all. You embarrass us in a way that I really it just boggles the mind that it has gotten this far before somebody noticed or said anything. Because that's of course, legacy media, the current media that we have, the cable media that we have, cannot tell the truth. You cannot get the truth or actual journalism from the media that we currently have, even the papers that we have. Let me see if I can find it. I should have grabbed this before. Let's see. Hold on. I don't even know if I took it. Did I? It's one of those things. You got to read. No, I didn't. Okay. I'm going to have to find it. All the newspapers we watch, all the news that we watch on TV, everything is owned by 3 companies in the world. Or at least for us in here in the United States. You need to understand, people, you are being used by the rich to keep the rich in power, to keep the rich rich. You need to wake up, people. You need to wake up. You need to face reality. Accept the fact that you got manipulated and start demanding correction, because we can't do it without you. And I want to love my fellow Americans, but right now, the Democratic Party, those in MAGA, I mean, not the Democratic Party, the Republican Party. I'll get to the Democrats in a minute. Those in the Republican Party, those in MAGA, are not just an embarrassment, but you are un-American. And I will do everything that I can to make your lives miserable because of that fact. You have made not just a mistake, you have made a grave error that may destroy this very country. And I can forgive now, but as time goes on, my forgiveness for you is going to be less and less and less. I want you to understand that we don't want to feel this way, but you have gone too far as a group. The Republican Party must be brought to task, must be brought to justice. Your leadership must be arrested, and you must be ashamed, admonished, and properly put in your place, and knowing that you are the dumbest among us. As for the Democratic Party, I'm not one. I don't know what I am anymore. I'm not part of the Democrat, liberal, or progressive, Republican. I'm an American who wants all of us, not just those privileged white few rich fucks, to have it all. We all should be going toward a future, not for the rich, not for the powerful, not for anything other than the betterment of all Americans, and eventually, hopefully, all human beings. But we can't even help ourselves. We need to help ourselves. If that means embarrassing you, if that means making you ashamed, making you understand in a very shame-filled way that you are the problem in this world, that you are the ones who pretty much are destroying our country, so be it. I know nobody will hear this, but it needed to be said. And I needed to get it off my chest because I am angry. I am so angry right now. You have affected my family on a personal, financial, and emotional level that I will not soon forget. I can forgive eventually, but I will never forget what you have done, America. This is Stupid Humans. I hope to talk to you next time in a better way, in a better light.